I'm Gareth Martindale, owner and creative director at Sherbert Lemon. I've been a freelance designer for about 10 years now, working with clients, big and small, local and all around the world. My mum was an art teacher, and from a very young age I knew art was all I wanted to do. As I was just about to leave school, I was going to go into a full-time course for illustration. And then in my last year, when my art teachers got ill, and then we had a substitute who was a graphic designer. I'd never heard the phrase graphic design before, but the way he taught and his approach was totally different and something that I really, really liked. So I quickly changed from illustration to graphic design, enrolled in an ND for graphic design, completed that course, which was fantastic, went on to do a degree at Blackpool and College, which sort of opened my eyes to the possibilities of graphic design and what it can do. Straight after college, it wasn't as easy getting into that industry as I thought it would be. A few months delivering pizzas, sort of put my feet firmly back onto the ground. But then I was fortunate enough to land a role in digital marketing. From then, I went on to teach and run an in-house design department at the local college, which I absolutely loved. And then about 10 years ago, I had the opportunity to take the step out and go freelance, something I'm sure most graphic designers want to do. So I decided to go for it, put myself out there, and yeah, I've been a freelance graphic designer ever since. I think what I like about graphic design is it's visual communication, but what I really like is problem solving, and that comes from anywhere. It can be putting a cabinet together, or creating a poster. It's all about finding the most interesting way to make something work. So I'm inspired by everything. It could be a billboard, it could be an advert, it could be something someone said. I sort of try and take it from as many places as possible, really. The word creative to me is freedom. Freedom to express yourself, freedom to think a little differently. Speaking to sort of most creators, I'd assume they all wanted to do this because it's what they wanted to do as a kid. You sort of never grow up from that, really. Freedom is having a crayon and coming up with something on paper. So yeah, creativity, freedom. A lot of my clients are down south, or just sort of darted all over the world. So price is a big one. The cost of living, and you can provide a lot more bang for your buck, really. From that point of view, it opens up a lot of possibilities. Any negatives will be sort of a small town kind of vibe. But I think that's less and less. When I was studying at college, we were sort of taught to sort of develop your skills and move to a big city. And I was never really keen on that idea. I quite like the idea of developing your skills and keeping it local. So I didn't quite understand why they wanted to sort of shift everyone down south or even to Manchester. I'd say over the past sort of 10 years, there's a lot more things going on, sort of like the FY Creative Centre in Blackpool. Various events sort of darted around the place. When I initially started, it was I needed to get my name out there, so it was a lot of advertising, a lot of social media wasn't really sort of a big part in starting up as it is now, because it was quite a while ago. Certainly advertising was a big one, and then as that developed, word of mouth became a bigger and bigger part of it. So I've been quite fortunate up until this point to get a lot of my work from word of mouth. But over the last sort of year or two, I've seen how the sort of power of social media and what it can do for your business, and especially a creative. It's there's so many platforms out there that you can sort of get your work, and recently, especially the illustration side of the business, that's really taken off through platforms such as Instagram and Behance and things like that. On all platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Sherbert Lemon UK.